did Vivek Ramaswamy, a relatively unknown figure, suddenly rise to national prominence in the political arena? This is the question that has piqued the interest of many election watchers. Ramaswamy, a name that was once obscure in the political landscape, has now become a prominent figure in the Republican Party. This first-generation American, a son of immigrants, has an impressive background. With an education from Harvard and Yale and a successful career in biotech, his resume is nothing short of impressive. Yet, his sudden rise to political prominence has raised eyebrows and questions. In a field dominated by seasoned politicians and familiar faces, Ramaswamy's entry was nothing short of a surprise. His campaign, which was launched with little fanfare, quickly gained traction, leading many to wonder about the forces propelling his sudden rise. One connection that has drawn attention is his link to George Soros through the Paul and Daisy Soros Fellowship for New Americans. Soros, a name often associated with Democratic causes, seems an unlikely link for a Republican candidate. This connection has led to speculation and intrigue, causing some to question Ramaswamy's political alliance and motivations. Moreover, Ramaswamy's story seems almost too perfect. His answers to questions are always on point, his speeches are eloquent, and his presence is commanding. All these factors add to the enigma of his sudden rise. Yet, there are those that question the authenticity of his story. They question how someone could rise so quickly in such a competitive field. They wonder if there is more to his story than what is being presented. The rapid ascent of Ramaswamy has left many curious about his connections. Is there more to his story than meets the eye? As we delve deeper into Ramaswamy's intriguing rise, we will attempt to unmask the man behind the political persona. What is the connection between Vivek Ramaswamy and George Soros, and why is it significant? Ramaswamy, a name that's been buzzing in the political sphere, has a surprising connection to George Soros, the billionaire philanthropist and political activist. The link, the Paul and Daisy Soros Fellowship for New Americans, a prestigious program that supports immigrants and children of immigrants in their pursuit of graduate education in the United States. Ramaswamy was a recipient of this fellowship, a connection that he reportedly tried to erase from his Wikipedia page. Now, you might wonder, who are Paul and Daisy Soros? They were Hungarian immigrants and philanthropists. George Soros is their nephew. His involvement in the fellowship is indirect, but his name is synonymous with it, given his own reputation as a benefactor for progressive causes. This connection could be seen as problematic for Ramaswamy, who is running as a Republican presidential candidate. Soros is often villainized in right-wing circles, painted as a puppet master controlling various aspects of global politics. For Ramaswamy, a connection to Soros might raise eyebrows among his potential voters, which could explain his attempt to scrub this information from his public profile. In the complex landscape of American politics, connections matter. They can shape perceptions, influence trust, and sway votes. Ramaswamy's connection to Soros, whether he likes it or not, could have implications on his political journey. It could be used to question his alliances, fuel conspiracy theories, or even tarnish his image among certain voter groups. However, it is important to note that the fellowship Ramaswamy received is a merit-based award intended to support promising individuals in their educational pursuits. It doesn't necessarily imply a political alliance or alignment with Soros's views. Regardless of how you interpret the connection, one thing is clear. The link to Soros, a controversial figure in politics, adds another layer of intrigue to Ramaswamy's story. Vivek Ramaswamy sued the World Economic Forum, further to be known in this report as the WEF, in 2022 for listing him as a young global leader without his consent. Ramaswamy is a businessman and author who is critical of the WEF's agenda. He claims to believe that the WEF is a cabal of elites who are trying to impose a globalist agenda on the world. The lawsuit between Vivek and the World Economic Forum was used to defame him by conspiracy theorists who claimed that the lawsuit was proof that Ramaswamy was a member of the WEF and that he was part of their globalist agenda. They also claimed that the lawsuit was an attempt by the WEF to silence Ramaswamy because he was exposing their secrets. These claims were found to be false, but they were widely circulated on social media and other online platforms, and as a result, Ramaswamy was subjected to a great deal of online abuse and harassment. He was also accused of being a traitor and a sellout. The lawsuit had a significant negative impact on Ramaswamy's reputation and his ability to speak out against the WEF. In his lawsuit, Ramaswamy alleged that the WEF's listing of him as a young global leader was defamatory and that it damaged his reputation. He also alleged that the WEF violated his privacy by using his name and likeness without his consent. The WEF denied Ramaswamy's allegations and said that it had listed him as a young global leader based on his professional accomplishments. The WEF also said that it had removed Ramaswamy's name from its website after he requested that it do so. In 2023, Ramaswamy and the WEF settled the lawsuit. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed. However, Ramaswamy said that he was pleased with the outcome of the lawsuit and that he believed it would send a message to other organizations that they cannot use people's names and likenesses without their consent. The lawsuit was simply a dispute between two parties over the use of Ramaswamy's name and likeness. However, the false claims made by conspiracy theorists have had a lasting impact on Ramaswamy's reputation. Could Vivek Ramaswamy be a Manchurian Candidate? This question has been echoing through the corridors of political discourse. But first, what does it mean to be a Manchurian Candidate? The term Manchurian Candidate originates from a Cold War-era novel and subsequent film. It refers to a person who is manipulated or brainwashed into serving the interests of a foreign power while appearing to be a loyal citizen. Essentially, a puppet on a string controlled by an unseen hand. So, why are some people suggesting that Ramaswamy might fit this bill? For starters, his meteoric rise to political prominence is viewed by some as too rapid, too seamless. A narrative that has been carefully crafted to appeal to a specific audience. His impeccable answers to every question, his flawless public image, and his seemingly overnight transition from business tycoon to political contender have raised eyebrows. Then there's the Soros connection. Ramaswamy was a recipient of the Paul and Daisy Soros Fellowship for New Americans, an award funded by none other than George Soros. This connection has led some to speculate that Ramaswamy might be influenced, directly or indirectly, by Soros' liberal ideologies. But what would this mean if it were true? If Ramaswamy were indeed a Manchurian Candidate, it would suggest a level of manipulation and control that could have significant implications for American politics. It would mean that the interest of a foreign power or an influential individual could be covertly advanced through his political platform. However, it's crucial to remember that these are theories, conjectures born out of political suspicion and rivalry. No concrete evidence has been presented to support these claims. And while the whispers of a Manchurian Candidate make for intriguing conversation, they remain for now speculative. Why are people likening Vivek Ramaswamy to Pete Buttigieg? This question has been doing rounds in political circles among election watchers, so let's delve deeper. Ramaswamy and Buttigieg, despite their starkly different backgrounds, share a couple of intriguing similarities. Both are highly educated, articulate, and have a knack for answering tough questions with poise and precision. Both seemingly came out of nowhere to the national stage, raising eyebrows and questions about their rapid ascensions. And yes, both have a connection to George Soros, a name that stirs strong emotions in political circles. Buttigieg, the former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and now the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, rose to prominence during the 2020 Democratic primaries. Like Ramaswamy, Buttigieg was a relative unknown who quickly gained national attention. His polished persona and eloquent speeches earned him a legion of supporters. Buttigieg's campaign, like many others, received funding from Soros, a well-known supporter of progressive causes and candidates. Ramaswamy, on the other hand, is a biotech entrepreneur turned political candidate. While the connections to Soros are noteworthy, the political trajectories of Ramaswamy and Buttigieg differ in key ways. Buttigieg's political career has been more conventional, starting at a local level and gradually rising to the national stage. Ramaswamy, however, has made a more abrupt leap, moving from the business world directly into a presidential run. The comparison between Ramaswamy and Buttigieg is interesting, and it raises questions about the nature of political ascendancy in the current climate. Are we seeing a new trend of outsider candidates making rapid strides to the national stage? Or are these just isolated incidents unique to the individuals involved? The comparison to Buttigieg paints an interesting picture of Ramaswamy's political trajectory, but is it accurate? Only time will tell. But for now, these comparisons provide food for thought as we watch the political landscape continue to evolve. So, what do we know about Vivek Ramaswamy's connection to George Soros? Well, we've delved into his intriguing rise, his ties to Soros, the theory of him being a Manchurian Candidate, and the comparison to Pete Buttigieg. Our deep dive revealed that Ramaswamy is indeed connected to George Soros through a scholarship he received. While this connection is not direct, it certainly exists. However, it's important to remember that many individuals have received this fellowship, and it doesn't necessarily imply political alignment or influence. As for the Manchurian Candidate theory, there isn't substantial evidence to substantiate this claim. Yes, Ramaswamy's rise has been rapid and his political acumen impressive, but the sudden emergence on the national stage isn't unheard of in politics. Remember, correlation does not equate causation. The comparison to Pete Buttigieg is an interesting one. Both Ramaswamy and Buttigieg are highly educated, articulate, and have ties to Soros. However, their political platforms and leadership styles are quite distinct, and it would be a stretch to suggest that they're cut from the same cloth based solely on these similarities. There are still many questions surrounding Ramaswamy's sudden rise to prominence. His political career is relatively new, and his image appears to be carefully curated. Some sources argue that he's a distraction to ensure Trump's nomination, while others see him as a fresh face in the political arena. Yet, the mystery surrounding Ramaswamy does not negate his potential. He's already demonstrated political savvy and has managed to capture national attention in a short time. While there's much we still don't know about Vivek Ramaswamy, his connection to George Soros and his sudden rise in politics continue to spark interest and debate. Only time will tell the true story behind his rapid ascent.